Vish, a very good morning to you. This is such welcome news.
Yes, indeed. Very good morning to you, and thank you for this opportunity. It is indeed a welcomed news. But of course, I think by now the nation would have known or would know that we haven't really arrested anybody in connection with the kidnapping of the 4 Moti brothers as yet. However, the boys have been found. They have been safely reunited with their family. Last night, we received a call from a resident, or our police in Vuani received a call from a resident informing us that the brothers had arrived at their house seeking help. And when we got there, we of course found them. We got them to be medically assessed, and the doctor gave them a clean bill of health. So they were reunited with their family, and when during the reunion, they appeared to be in very high spirits. So they haven't appeared to have any injuries or anything of that sort. So we are quite glad that the children have been found safe and sound.
Vish, can you tell us the role of the police in securing the boys' release?
Well, we haven't been speaking about this for the entire time that they remained in captivity. What we did was we established a multidisciplinary integrated team comprising of various disciplines of the SAPS, like your crime intelligence, forensic experts, the Hawks, your detective services, and we've been working around the clock. I've been constantly briefed by the team on the progress they were making, and we felt that we were closing the net in on this on these kidnappers. But of course,
sure. What I want to know is, obviously the boys have been returned safely, so presumably you can tell us a little bit more. Were you in touch with the kidnappers? What kind of demands were being made on this family?
Well, actually, we were not in touch with the kidnappers at all. Whether they were in touch with the family or not, we don't know yet. We haven't spoken to the children. We haven't spoken to the parents. I think one will appreciate the children have been through a very traumatic experience, so we're giving them some time.
Sure.
Hopefully today, with the help of our clinical and our forensic psychologists, we will try and seek an opportunity to speak to them and get as much information as we possibly can.
So ultimately, hold on, Vish, this was ultimately then what, a lucky break for the Moti brothers? It wasn't because the police caught these guys or even know who they are? No.
Yeah, we haven't caught them.
Do you know who they are?
You mean the suspects? No, we don't know who they are at this stage. But what we cannot even say they were released, because we don't know if they were released or they escaped or anything of that sort. So, as I said, once we've spoken to the children, then we would know exactly the circumstances under which they were able to, to free themselves or be freed. So, once we know
Vish,
that...
Can you understand somebody who says, gosh, 3 weeks is an extraordinary long time for you to still not know, or at least to know so little?
Well, I'm not telling you a lot. It doesn't mean I know little. You understand? It is a very sensitive investigation. I think anywhere in the world you go, kidnapping cases are very sensitive. We've never spoken about this kidnapping case publicly at all, from for as long as these children remain in captivity. So what we know doesn't necessarily mean, by not telling you doesn't mean that we know little.
What is your advice to families who may encounter this kind of thing? How do we deal with these things? Do we not call you? Do we call you? Do we talk to you secretly? How does it work?
Well, first and foremost, I have to say this and say it out loud if I can, that the way the communication and conversations were conducted around the Moti brothers was extremely dangerous. Because in any case of kidnapping, talking about it publicly, even the family speaking to the media or relatives or friends or spokespersons of the family speaking to the media places the risk of the victims at places the lives of the victims at greater risk. When you speak about these things publicly, especially when it comes to kidnapping. So what we advise is that contact the police and allow the police to be part and parcel of whatever negotiation process that might result from those abductions and kidnappings and so forth, so that it benefits us in our investigation process.
Did that happen here?
I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you that, unfortunately.
I understand. with the kids returned, would telling me about that, why would that be difficult?
With the kids return, telling you about that. Remember, we're still investigating a kidnapping case, and everybody is a suspect at the moment. Everybody.
Right.
We haven't arrested any specific person. So for us, everybody is a suspect.
Sure.
And until we've arrested and prosecuted people, then we can safely say, more than what we are saying now.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions.
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.